Hi guys, and welcome to my new bullet journal setup. This is the beautiful notebook that I've just moved to. It is a square grid notebook by Avocado and Spice, which I highly recommend. So to begin with, we will be starting with the monthly or yearly overview. This is super helpful to just see all the dates in one place, and I'm sure many of you have this page yourselves. I do like to put it at the very start of my journal and then put the grid tracker, the line tracker at the end, but that is just my own personal preference. So to begin with, we are unfortunately only going to be able to fit 3 months into this journal. I have done the maths, it is very tragic, so I'm only including the next 6 months as part of this monthly overview. Once I have each of the months and dates written in, it is time to add a list of boxes for each month, just so I can write the dates in and keep track of different events. With that done, it is time to add some washi tape, and I have this really cute pale pink washi tape that has hope and dream written on it. It did take a bit of moving around before I was finally happy with the layout, but in the end I really like how this turned out. So with that done, it is time to move on to my August goals page. The left side of the page is a tracker for each of the 10 goals that I'm hoping to achieve this year, and then the right side of the page is my autumn cover page, which you will see in a moment. Since I can only fit 3 months into this journal, I have decided to divide the year up into the different seasons. So this bullet journal setup is specifically for the autumn months, which in my country are made up of September, October and November. So you'll see later on in the journal, I do stick to these 3 colours. They are the Tombow dual brush pens, and I will be using them in each of my few next monthly spreads. After that, it is time to add in the cover page, which I did paint off screen. If you want a full tutorial on how to create it, I will leave a link in the description box below. But aside from that, it is simply time to measure it up and then glue it in with Brit Stick. Once the page was glued in, I went back with this gold metallic calligraphy pen just to outline each of the stamped letters to make them stand out more, and also to add more to this autumn golden vibe feel. And now with the cover page done, it is time to move on to the first of my new bullet journal spreads, which is of course my to-do list. So I've divided this page into 3 different sections. There is weekly to-do list, monthly to-do list, and a tri-monthly to-do list. Since this spread is only being used for 3 months, there are 13 weeks total, there are 3 months, and there's only 1 box for the tri-monthly section. I have also divided each of these 3 sections into 3 more sections, 1 for cleaning, 1 for general to-do, and 1 for study. So in each of these sections I have divided the scheduled to-do list items that I have. For example, in cleaning it might be tidying my room, in study it might be making flashcards, and so on and so forth. So this is after being divided up into 9 different sections, all of which have a specific task that I need to do on schedule. There are, of course, other things on my to-do list that do not have a set date, and that is what the right side of the spread is for. To make things more interesting, I have drawn it in the shape of a shopping list or a torn off piece of notebook paper. As you will see, I'm adding a spiral design to the top of it. This just makes things a lot more interesting and a lot more fun to use instead of just plain pieces of paper. After that, it is on to my expense and income tracker. So as you can see on the left page, I have divided it into two different sections by a 1:2 ratio. So the first section are things that I need to buy, and the second section are things that I want but don't necessarily need, which is why that section is a lot bigger. Then moving on to the right side page of the spread, it is my seasonal budget. So this is where I will keep track of all my major expenses and incomes. So I've divided this page into 6 different sections: a place to write the date, a description of what I bought, whether it was debit or credit, in other words, money in or out of my bank account, and then finally the final amount that is currently in my bank account after the expenditure or the income. So again, sticking with my autumn colours and just going in every second line to make it a bit more fun. Next, we move to my media trackers. So this page is also divided into 3 different sections: a place for release dates, movies, and TV shows. So first of all, the TV shows is going to have a lot more added once I am finished with it. However, I did add a lot more off camera because it is quite boring for you guys to see writing all of these different episodes in. Then we move on to release dates. So this is divided into 4 subsections: a place for movies, books, TV shows, and music, before finally going down to the movie section, where again I did use a more artistic approach and I did draw in these old-fashioned movie tickets with the idea that each individual square will be where I write in the movie. And again, quickly going back in with these beautiful Tombow Dual brush pens and just highlighting every second box as usual before adding the other 2 colors as well to all 3 sections. You can see I added some more episodes on the right hand side of the page, and I will be crossing them off one by one as I watch each episode. Now it is on to my book tracker part of the media tracker, which does get 2 full pages to itself because I absolutely adore reading and I never have enough space. So I've divided each line into 3 different sections: the number book that I am reading, the title of the book as well as the author, and finally my star rating. You will see as I go through this that there are 1 or 2 situations where I only skip 1 line as opposed to 2. That is simply because these are the series that I want to keep track of. For example, this first few boxes are where I'm keeping the Harry Potter series, followed by the Dune series. After that, we are done with the media tracking, and now it is on to my fitness plan or workout tracker, however you prefer to say it. So this is something that I first did in my last bullet journal, which you will find on my channel, and I found it super helpful, but I did not include enough spaces to track the different measurements. So this time around there are a lot more measurements included, so please feel free of course to skip half of these if they're not something that you wish to keep track of. I am also color coding my months based on the colors that I used at the first monthly overview page. So as you can see, September is a pale pink, October will be orange, and November will be yellow. So this allows me to see where I need to write in each of the measurements for what months and what weeks, and really helps when it comes to tracking progress over time. So the right side of the page is filled with not as fun measurements. It has things such as weight tracker, BMI, body fat percentage, and lean mass percentage, as well as a section at the bottom of the page to keep track of what workouts I actually do each month. So again, September is the pale pink, October is orange, and November is yellow. These are the colors that I used to code each of the weeks on the weight and BMI graph, as well as the months on the body fat and lean mass graph. Now it is on to my habit, mood, and sleep trackers. Instead of putting these in each individual month like I usually do, I decided to do the 3 different trackers for each of the seasons. So they amount up to 3 months in total. As you will see, that is why there is so much space between each of the 8 habits that I'm tracking. There is a line for September, a line for October, and a line for November. So the habit tracker takes up most of the page, followed by the mood tracker directly below it and the sleep tracker on the far right side of the page. I've also added a key just below the sleep tracker to keep track of what each of the colors refer to which months, and overall I really liked how colourful the spread turned out in the end, and I definitely look forward to using it. And finally, the last spread in my new bullet journal setup is the highlight of the week. So this is something that I started quite a long time ago, but I never found a method that really worked for me. So I finally think I figured this layout out, and I really hope it does work. The idea is that at the end of every week, you write in something that happened, either something really good or something that you're really grateful for. And then in the future, if you're having a bad day or you want to look back on good memories, then you have them all in one place. So it's a really cute idea, and I really hope it does work out this month. Again, I added some washi tape, this super bright yellow smiley face, just to add to the happiness that hopefully these pages will have. And that brings us to the end of my new bullet journal setup. There is, of course, a quick overview just after this where you can see how each of the pages turned out. Please do like this video. Let me know what you guys think of this new spread, if you would have done anything differently, or if there's any of these spreads in particular you're hoping to try out. I will talk to you guys very soon because I update new videos every single week. Please do like the video, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you will find tons of more bullet journal and studying content from me in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. There are links, of course, in the description below to any other pieces of art or any other bullet journal videos that you guys should check out. Especially at the end of this video, you get a sneak peek of my September spread. So if you want to check that video out, then please do click the link in the description below, and I will see you guys soon.